Hi everyone, welcome to a video for Twin Flames. For those of you that don't know me, my name is V and I'm a mentor and guide for those that are on the awakening path and for those that are on the Twin Flame journey. I'm also a energy healer and also a channeler. So welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the 5 true signs that Twin Flames do experience. So before I get into it, I just want to mention that the twin flame journey is not just a romantic journey, experience for those that are meeting their twins. It goes way beyond that because this is an energetic connection. And what it is, it's the one soul that is incarnated into 2 bodies. So this makes it a little more complex to navigate. And the true meaning of a twin flame journey is really for you, Divine Feminine, to awaken to your soul. And you're the leading twin on this journey. So I'm going to talk about the first sign. Let's talk about when your twin runs from you. What's actually going on is you're going through what they call the ego death in Zen tradition, or the dark night of the soul. And what's going on here is that you're going through a major detachment from the identity of the mind. And you're able to realize for the very first time that all of this obsessive thinking that gets louder and louder and louder is not really you. This is the mind that you're detaching from. And this is because your true identity is your soul and you go beyond the mind and ego. So this is what you're discovering as you go through the detachment or the separation phase when your twin actually runs away. And because the next thing that that lets you know that you're on a twin flame journey is doubt, because you begin to wonder, is this all just fantasy? Am I just making this up? And almost all twins go through this. And yet at the same time, you feel it deep, deep down. There's an unshakable knowing that this is real, what you're going through. And you're not imagining this connection that you have with your counterpart. So there even comes a time that, you no longer want to be connected with your twin because you just can't go through, you just can't go through all of this intense pain of the separation. It becomes like almost unbearable. And as the mind is getting louder and louder, you want to at some point do a cord cutting or just intentionally want to cut them out of your life. And this is because, this intensity is so difficult to go through. And what happens is there's like consequences to that because this is an energetic connection. You're polarized, you and your twin, when you're in separation. You're not in unity. So what happens is even within you individually, like within divine feminine and within divine masculine, there's the polarized energy of feminine masculine. And so does your twin have feminine masculine. So when you try to cut off your masculine, you're cutting off the energy flow of your own internal masculine, and you're cutting off the energy flow of your masculine's internal feminine. So, what that can look like is that for you, for example, you might go through periods of difficulty where you're not experiencing abundance or security or feeling safe in your own life. And at the same time, your twin is connected with you. So they're going through their own thing, but cut off from their feminine energy, which could look like intuition. They're not able to feel that pull to you, like, for example, when you need to reunite to experience another lesson because you're mirroring each other on this journey to grow. And you sometimes have to reunite to live out certain triggers and experience them so that you can start to heal. And your twin will reflect what's needed for healing to you. And if he doesn't feel that pull and that intuitive pull to contact you, then then there's difficulty for you to move forward on your journey. So this is what the consequences are when you want to like do this cord cutting, like I hear so many people want to do, because you see that in the groups and on Facebook. And a lot of times this can be detrimental to your journey, and it can actually, make it more difficult to move forward. So the number 3 thing I want to talk about here is the Kundalini activation. So we all carry life force energy within our body. We come in here as a soul, we incarnate, and we all have the potential to evolve to the next level into the higher 5D consciousness. And that's the main purpose why you're going through this journey, is to evolve into that higher unity consciousness. And actually, you know, the collapsing of the 3D consciousness, the separation, is what you're working on this journey. So this energy, life force energy, is located at the base of the spine. And when you meet your twin, this gets ignited. And that's what they call soul recognition. So this energy starts to move up through all of your chakra system, and it starts to do the purging and the cleansing of what no longer serves you. So you could be also experiencing at different points on your journey very intense heart activations. And, this could lead, as it travels up to, let's say, for example, the third eye and the crown, eventually, you will start to have a greater connection with your twin, what they're feeling, even right down to their physical symptoms. It's happened with me on my journey that I was able to detect some of what was going on physically for my twin. They were having difficulty, with a certain medical condition, and I was like getting the symptoms, even though I didn't know what he was going through. So these are things that start to come online as this life force energy starts to move up. You're starting to come into alignment with your soul. So you're starting to embody your soul more and more. You're becoming more of the human, the 5D consciousness human. So you're going to be expanding your consciousness and growing as a soul. And the last thing I want to talk about is when they come back, and you'll start to notice that when they do come back, it's because you started detaching from the mind, and you started detaching from the story, the drama, and even from your person themselves. So that's because you've returned the focus back to you, and you started to do the healing work that's necessary, the soul work. And this is like once you start to come more into soul alignment, this is when you're going to see your twin come back. So these are major signs that you're on a twin flame journey. And the last one I wanted to mention is that your life is changing in a big way, and it will never be the same. And it's all for a reason. You feel this inside of you. You have this deep inner knowing. And what it looks like is in the physical is that you no longer have the same interests that you used to. You could have no longer, how can I say this? It's like you no longer relate necessarily to your friends, your family, social circles, and even your own job that you're working in at the moment. So these are like showing you that because you're changing your interests, you're starting to grow out of what you used to enjoy and think was normal in your life. And you're going to start to see so many synchronicities. And this is a sign from the universe, that you're on a spiritual path, whether you're on a twin flame journey or not. But you can be sure that if you're on a spiritual path and you've met your counterpart, you're on a twin flame journey. But really, it's only you that really knows. Nobody can tell you that this is your twin. It's only you that really knows. So you could see not only synchronicities and things starting to enter into your life that change your life drastically, but you'll see repeating numbers and things that, it's kind of like a little bit surreal, It's it's pretty out there, some things that you could be experiencing. So let me ask you something now. How many of you, you want to be in union? You want to live a real loving and peaceful union, and you feel completely stuck in separation and confused, heartbroken, and you just don't know how to shift out of this because you're doing your best, but yet you still feel like you can't move forward. And you're experiencing your twin, one moment they're back and then they vanish again. You feel like you're losing yourself all over again, and it's really exhausting. So the truth is that this journey can be, extremely hard to navigate, especially if you're doing this on your own. And sometimes, there's spots, like, sometimes you're feeling like an energy block, or sometimes emotional wounds, like unworthiness and fear. And if those go unhealed, the same cycles will just keep repeating over and over again, even when your twin returns. So if you want to break all of that cycle, this is what I help individuals with, and this is the work that I specialize in. And I help you come back to soul alignment so that you can go through this journey and ground and anchor in union, from a grounded, peaceful place. So what I do is I help with my private mentorship. I help you walk you through these three core stages. And the first one is awakening the truth, so that you stop feeling lost and you finally understand what's really happening and how to navigate all of this and what to expect on this journey. And the second thing I do help you do is to heal and align so that, you know, the real soul healing can start to happen and you could start to really see a difference in your journey on your path. And then finally, to return and reunite, and how to navigate when your twin comes back into your life, and what are the key things that you need to know in order to anchor in this union and what it really is all about, what it's really going to take. So if you want some help with this, just you can, if you're watching me from YouTube, I've put a link in the description box below where you can easily get in touch with me and book a free consultation call. We can look at your journey and see what it is I can help you with and how to go from there. And if you're watching me from Facebook, just type DM me privately, or, just type the word mentor and I'll DM you privately. So I hope you've gotten something out of this video. And if you have, I hope you get some value out of this. And I'll leave it there and we'll catch you in the next video.